We are day trading the SPY, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust, SPY. Don't forget that January 26, 2026, the fund's official name became State Street SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust. All right, this is a continuation of our previous day. So here is February 2nd, 2026, when we originally got into this play. I'm down 268 with 5 contracts, 46% of the overall position. Not good. Not good. So here's the next day, February 3rd. After the rest of the day happened yesterday, it went up, it came down. We ultimately ended at 695.41, which is pretty much where we were when I stopped the previous recording. Now we've gapped up at the open, so you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat this like any other open. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the gap with my trend line just to show the continuation of the move. All right, so this was a bullish move. We had basically a power bar in the form of a gap from the 200, bursting through all of the moving averages, and then when we opened, we had a continuation of that power bar to the upside that's turning into a tail bar. Now, to be honest with y'all, at this point, I didn't even want to turn my P&L on. I didn't even want to see the damage that had been done, but I didn't cut the play either. So as you can see, that tail bar, that's a beautiful sign that we're moving to the downside, but I'm still concerned because we have a lot of support underneath of us. The 50 period moving average, the 21 period moving average that you see that there's breaking through, the 13, and then now we starting to get a little bit of a reaction off the 200. All right, but we still got, that's a powerful move down, and we're almost filling in that. We just filled in the gap. We're basically filling in the gap right now. From where we closed to where we are now is a very small space. So, and we're under some key levels of support, and now we're continuing to break through. So now I'm still 5 contracts in, but as you can see, we're starting to come back down towards our strike price, and our strike price is 684. You can see that right here. We have the 684 put highlighted. So now this is a little bit later. This is a couple hours later. It's 11:11 at this point, and as you can see, we're no longer in the 694 area. So I had to leave and make a run. I came back, restarted the recording, but while I was gone, I was selling from the mobile app. So I got to also introduce you all to trading on the mobile app. So I'm trading, I'm selling my positions from 5 to 4 to 3, all the way down to 2 contracts left. And now we're at 691. So this is where I had my aha moment. I said, wait a minute. So I got in around 691. We went up. I added all these contracts, but I'm starting to notice like, oh, at all of these key levels of support, we're getting some kind of a fight to determine if we're going to go up or continue down. I'm looking, the last one was around 696. Then we were able to break through 695, and now we're having that same kind of turbulence at 691. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what they mean when they say play the levels. So we broke through 691. So now we coming on down, and I'm like, what's the next level? What is the next level? So I'm starting to see it, but my instincts of being apprehensive are kicking in. So this is also, and then also I moved up to the 15-minute time frame. So I had 2 aha moments in the middle of this trade. Something that was killing me and cooking me is starting to teach me a very valuable lesson. On a 15-minute time frame, I can see the move a little differently. I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. So we had a drop at the open. We had like this disturbance, this interrupt, like a pullback, but some consolidation in the middle. And now we're continuing to move down. And now I'm saying, oh, okay, this is what they mean when they say look for the measured move, because it's a high probability that once we had that move down, we had that little pullback or disruption in the center, that now we're going to get that same length of a move from 696 to 692 to about from 692 down to about 688. So that's what I'm thinking, like, okay, we got another $4 move or so coming in. But I'm also thinking like, man, why didn't I see this earlier? Because had I hung on to all of my contracts instead of selling them back as I'm, cutting into the deficit, just trying to be proactive. Maybe I was doing too much, not being convicted. But I'm like, man, at this point I would be profitable. If I would have held on to all 5 contracts, at this point I would be profitable. As you saw in the last video, the delta was 0.7, and now that we're coming back in the right direction, my delta is back up to 0.18. These are little things I want you to pay attention to. So right there, boom, I sold at 691. Why? Because I'm in pain. I'm in pain from hanging into a trade way longer than I needed to. I could have cut the play. I feel like I missed so many opportunities to make money by staying into a trade that went against me. I should have cut it and flipped and went the other way. Instead of me fighting with the reality, I should have accepted it and jumped on board. Cut it, go the other way. Cut the play, go the other way. Cut the play, go the other way. Cut the play, go the other way. That's what I'm thinking now. Like, dang. Because I could have cut that first put yesterday in the morning and flipped it. Instead of adding 5 contracts to the wrong direction, I could have cut it and I could have added 3 or 4 contracts to the right direction. Been up, then got to the top, or the next morning where we ended up being at 696, I could have entered there and came on down and been up profitable. But instead I hung in to a terrible play just to fake break even, start giving back profits on the way down. I'm giving back profits on the way down. And again, moving up to a higher time frame is helping me manage my emotions. But I'm also at a different point in the trade. So this is a different emotional experience now that I've given some contracts back. I'm at a manageable loss level, so to speak, but I've basically sold 4 of the contracts at a deficit. Like, I've basically taken a loss. Like some of the contracts, like the contracts I got in last, I may have broken even on 1 or 2 of those, but ultimately I took some losses on a couple contracts. And now here we are hanging around into this particular contract, oozing down. So that's the other thing. The 15-minute is a much slower grind. It's a much slower grind, but it's giving you a bigger picture of what's happening in the long haul. So in the long and over the long period of time, we had a move down, we've had a pullback, and then it got rejected off of the 50 period moving average, and we continue to the downside. So all of these things are things that are extremely important. All of these things are things that are very, very important. Okay. Now here we are. When we fast forward, that one contract, we broke through 689, and now we're up 20%. Now look at our delta. Our delta is now 0.25, and we have a 684 put. And 689 was a big level. And here again, I'm snatching at my profits when I'm green. I spent all of that time waiting to become green, and I'm snatching at my profits with no real sign of losing. But if I would have held on to all 5 contracts, I would be up about $100 right now. I would be up about $100 if I would have held on to all 5 through all of the turbulence, because and they don't expire until I believe it was the 5th. So this is teaching me a lot just about, patience, conviction, timing, deciding on am I a scalper, am I a day trader, am I a swing trader, like what am I? Trying to still navigate and establish a specific identity. But whatever it is, I ultimately am gonna take my trading to a whole nother level just by cutting my play and going the other way. Cutting the play and going the other way. But it's okay. That's why I love trading small. I encourage everybody to start small. Start small, please, because it allows you to have room to make mistakes. You know, go through the emotional roller coaster without adding the impact of like financial ruin, because we don't need that. You know, it's already hard enough to manage the psychological game that's at play here. So you don't need to put yourself in a position for financial ruin. Don't forget to visit stockmarketdaddy.com and take the gambling assessment to see if you have a problem gambling. All right, it all starts with awareness. All right, in the cycle of change, the first stage is pre-contemplation, before you even think you have a problem. Then we move to contemplation, where you recognize you do have a problem. Then we have planning. You start to figure out a strategy to improve on this problem or remove this problem. All right, then you have action, where you start to take action. You want to maintain the gains, like playing small and focusing on the skill of it and not the money. All right, and then after maintenance, you got success, baby. All right, so I believe that the biggest thing I'm gonna focus on next week is cutting the play and going the other way. Cutting the play and going the other way. For the sake of time, I don't want to spend this much emotional energy in a bad play. All right. So shout out to Great Day Today. Thank you for commenting on the previous video and saying that you wanted me to post this particular video. I appreciate you. I do it for the people that's here and for the people who haven't arrived yet. But I gotta show up for my people that's already rocking with me and locking in. So thank each and every one of you who already have subscribed to the channel, who like the videos I post, who comment on the videos I post, whether it's my shorts, my long form video, the posts that I make each and every day on YouTube to give you some kind of motivation to keep going and staying on your path to success. All right, so this particular trade, here I am again, up, approaching my 20% price target for my original entry from yesterday that I stayed in for 24 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and take profit on that right there. All right, and if I would have held all 5 contracts, I would have did better, but I'm proud that I scaled out as we started to move back in the right direction, because who knew that we would have tanked this far down. All right, but again, something I learned from this loss is that I have to trust the levels. So it's not just about my strategies, the events and the locations, but now it's about events, locations, and levels. Peace and love, and I hope you get rich. I'll see you in the next video. Comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.